Welcome to the Epcotian Adventure,
a podcast where we talk about all things Disney, but we're Epcot-centered.
including tips and tricks, festivals and favorites, and the very latest in our rankings and reviews.
But we're still old enough to remember when seeing wild animals at Disney and riding the Jungle Cruise.
This is episode 110, Trapped on a Desert Island at Disney's Animal Kingdom.
Or, wait a minute, do all desert islands close so early?
So now, please remain seated, keeping your hands, arms, feet, and legs inside the podcast as we embark on our Epcotian Adventure.
We call it Epcot.
Howdy folks, and welcome to episode 110 of the Epcotian Adventure. I'm Rod.
And I'm Sue.
And today we're going to continue a trend that we started back with episode 83, where we were trapped on a desert island at Epcot. Today we're trapped on a desert island at Disney's Animal Kingdom.
That sounds like fun to me.
It's not a bad place to be. It's one of the best foodie parks, I think, at Disney World.
It is. It's underrated, I think. And I think a lot of that is to do with the fact that it closes so early.
Well, if you're a park hopper or a rope dropper, this is a great park to start at because it opens early. It usually opens between 7 and 8 if you're staying, especially if you're staying at a Disney resort. And you're usually done by 2 o'clock. So if you want to park hop, you can spend, 18 hours riding rides all day long, starting here and ending at Magic Kingdom or Epcot. And
if you're an introvert like us and you like less crowds, going in the afternoon when everyone else is park hopped, that's the way to go.
I agree. It's such a beautiful park.
Oh my gosh, yes, it's gorgeous. So let's talk about, these are basically some of our favorite things at Animal Kingdom. So the basic premise of what we're doing is choosing all of our favorite things, taking like the Desert Island game where if you could take one book to a desert island and if you could take one snack to a desert island. So taking that concept and putting it in the parks. So like Rod said, we did Epcot in episode 83. We're continuing that with Animal Kingdom now in episode 110. So let's just dive right in. Do we want to talk about what the categories are, or just let's kind of do them as we hit them?
Let's talk about the categories just up front, because that's kind of what we did with the last one. So
we also added a couple to this one. So those will continue on to the other parks as well. So yeah, Rod, start us off.
Well, we have 2 rides, because we
rides
like rides. Rides are rides. 1 sit-down restaurant, 1 quick service restaurant, a snack, a non-alcoholic drink, an adult beverage, of course, a souvenir, live entertainment, best place to relax, a photo op, and a character meet and greet.
That's a lot to cover.
That's going to be a lot to cover, and we've got a short time because, we're limited to just making it a short episode, and like we said last time, and it went 47 minutes. Yeah, we're not really good at, being short-winded, but let's see what we can do.
Time management isn't great, but,
well, it's a podcast. People don't care. Okay,
let's just dive right in. So we're going to take turns starting off each category. If one of us says the thing that the other one was going to say, we're going to come up with a second one for you so that you are getting more information and it's not just repeated on every category. So
great idea.
Yeah. So Rod, start us off.
Why don't you start first? Oh, all right.
I can go first. We're going to have the same first attraction.
Probably. Well, let's just go ahead and mention it. The first one, of course, is the iconic Kilimanjaro safaris.
That is correct.
If I was trapped on a desert island at Animal Kingdom, this is the one attraction I would want to have, because it is the top of the list for everybody that goes, because it basically is half the park.
It's why Animal Kingdom exists.
Yeah, if you're not familiar with this attraction, it is a off-road Jeep ride that is actually driven by the cast member. You're in a large off-road Jeep that goes through the savannah at the back of the park. You literally go past hundreds of different animals, giraffes, lions, gators, flamingos.
Okapi's my favorite.
Yeah, Tommies.
Cheetahs. Rhinos.
Elephants. You listen to our Caring for Giants episode, talk about the elephants.
And you can actually get, we say this every time we talk about this ride, but you can actually get different ride experiences every time you ride. Often that is due to the savannah portion of the ride where you can literally be stopped in your Jeep because there's an ostrich in your way, or there's a giraffe who is trying to look in your vehicle.
A giraffe Giraffic Gram. Giraffic Jam. There we go. Giraffic Jam.
A giraffic jam is what they call it.
That's what they call it. I love it.
But the ride changes that much because you do have all of those animals. You also can see, sometimes you see the lions roar up on top of their little Pride Rock, which is an incredible experience, and you can catch that. That's usually first thing in the morning. Try to hit this early in the morning. Don't try to rope drop it. Just a little tip, because it doesn't open with the park. Or it doesn't open with the early entry.
Yeah, it opens with the park, but not early entry, and that throws a lot of people off.
So if you are early entry, do not try to rope drop this one. Don't waste that time.
Otherwise, it's 2 rope drops in a row. You rope drop it, then you stand in line for an hour with everybody else.
Okay, so that is both of our first attractions. So,
that was an easy one.
Yeah, so let's go ahead to the second attraction and do that.
Okay, so my second attraction, and this one's going to throw a lot of people, but it's Navi River Journey. This is one of my favorite attractions if there's not a huge line. Very low capacity, little 4-person or 6-person boats. If you have kids, you can get 3, I think, in there. But it's a indoor water attraction based on the fact that you're in a national park on a faraway planet somewhere. And you see the fauna and flora of Pandora. Beautiful attraction. It's not very long, but there is a remarkable animatronic at the end called the Shaman of Song. If you have not seen this on video, don't see it before you go and go see the attraction and be wowed. But it's one of the most complicated Disney animatronics ever created and is the big reveal for the end of the attraction. I'm kind of giving away secrets now, but anyway, it's just a beautiful ride. It's also indoors and in the air conditioning, which in that summer heat is great. Biggest caveat to that is the attraction queue is nearly all outdoors, covered, but still hot. So
very hot.
That's why I wouldn't wait for a long queue for this attraction.
And it's not a high thrill attraction, so you're not going to, if you go in not knowing what it is and you think you're boarding a boat for like Pirates of the Caribbean or something a little more exciting, this is not that. People like to say it is comparable to Kilimanjaro. So think of it as Kilimanjaro for Pandora.
Yeah, it's a great way to put it. The reason it's on my desert island list is because if I'm going to be stuck in Florida again, because, you know, I used to work out there, I know what the heat's like day after day after day. I want an indoor attraction. That's just me being selfish. So what is your number 2 attraction?
My number 2 attraction is also going to be in Pandora, but I'm going to go with the higher ticket one, and that is going to be Flight of Passage. If you have seen the movies, the Avatar movies, it puts you on the back of a Banshee. You get your avatar, you go on a flight through Pandora. It is absolutely gorgeous. I actually teared up the first time I rode this ride. You can feel the Banshee breathe under you as you ride. It's absolutely stunning. If you're not centered on the giant screen, it can make you a little bit nauseated if you're sensitive to that kind of thing. But if not, I definitely recommend doing it. If you can, wait for one of those center seats. If you are sensitive, I still recommend riding it and just asking if you can wait for one of those centers. But it is a beautiful, beautiful experience, and that would definitely be my second. Close runner-up was Expedition Everest because,
Great coaster.
It's a coaster. Yeah. I would want a coaster, but
the backwards part just gets me, though.
I know.
The older I get,
too.
the more nauseated I get on that.
Flight
of Passage is such a great choice. Think of it like Soarin' would be at Epcot. This is that kind of attraction.
But you get your own individual seat.
True.
It does not suit all body types. There is a test seat out front, so if you are at all worried about that for your comfort, do check that out before you get in that very long line to ride.
All right, so Sue, what is your favorite or what is your desert island pick for table service restaurant?
I'm so glad I get to go first on this one.
You're going to take mine, I know.
I am going to take it because it's the best table service restaurant maybe in all of Disney World. Yes, I said that. It's one
Rainforest Cafe. I knew you. No, that's not the. No?
It is definitely going to be Yak and Yeti. And it is sort of a Pan-Asian fusion sort of menu. Lots of Asian flavors, but in a very accessible way. Really fun dishes. There's some sushi on there. There's some pad thai on there. Lots of noodle dishes. We love the ahi nachos. Nachos done with ahi tuna. It is really global flavors done in a really easy way to introduce you to them. And the drinks are fun, and the service is always great, and the actual restaurant itself is fun and kitschy, and there's little souvenirs from all over the world. It's really, really cute. Definitely recommend a reservation at this one, too.
And ask your server about the history of the staircase.
Yes.
It's very interesting.
We're not going to spoil anything.
It's really cool.
But it's really fun.
All right, well, my choice is going to be Tusker House.
Good
specifically
choice.
For the character breakfast. Because you get to see Mickey and Minnie, and they're just, it's just fun. They're in their adventure safari outfits. And the breakfast itself, again, as far as character breakfasts go, is one of the easier ones to book, as opposed to, like, Topolino's or the...
or Chef Mickey's.
Yeah, Chef Mickey.
Which we don't recommend. So.
No. And it starts earlier, so if you have an early rising family, this is one of the first ones you can get into, because you can get into it with park opening at Animal Kingdom. And has some of the more adventurous foods, but has still the Mickey waffles and the scrambled eggs and all the regular stuff. But this would be a good way of getting kids ready to go to eat at Animal Kingdom breakfast at Boma.
Oh, that's a great idea, yeah.
Because it's a start to kind of those adventurous flavors. So if you are wanting to kind of expand their palates, this is a good way to start that. And, like I said, it's one of the easier ones to usually get a reservation for, or get on the walk-up list when you get there.
Great choice.
Thank you. But yes, Yak and Yeti would have been my first choice, because I love that restaurant. But Tusker House is a real good second.
Well, you get to go first for the quick service restaurant. So what are you going to choose to take to the desert island with you?
Well, this one's easy for me. It's the Yak and Yeti Local Food Cafe, which is right outside of Yak and Yeti. They have some of my favorite dishes in the park, and they also open for breakfast. I really love Yak and Yeti Local Food Cafe. It's someplace we tend to eat every time when we're there. Yeah, at breakfast they have a sausage and egg muffin. They have a breakfast bowl. It's a breakfast bowl that we've tried before. Scrambled eggs, cheddar, breakfast potatoes, and peppers and onions. To me, the potatoes with the peppers and onions remind me of the O'Brien potatoes I used to get as a cast member at Disneyland at the in-between. I love those. So it just harkens back and hits me in the feels as a really good breakfast option.
I'm going to jump in on yours real quick, because they also have an egg white English muffin, which I really like. And if you like a lighter breakfast, this is egg whites, American cheese, and tomato on a toasted English muffin, and it is really good. So if you want to list something a little lighter.
Yeah, and it's, like I said, it's not known, it seems like, that they have breakfast, because even on a busy day, I've noticed that it's not a very busy location around breakfast.
Agreed.
Lunch, they have things like rib tips and sweet and sour tempura shrimp, teriyaki chicken salad, firecracker shrimp, which is so stupid good. And I'm going to stop right there with that menu, because there might be something else I mention in a few moments. So, Sue, what is your favorite quick service restaurant?
Interesting. My favorite quick service restaurant, we're going back to Pandora, and I have to say Satuli Canteen. These have the famous cheeseburger pods that everybody raves about. They are actually not one of our favorites. I do enjoy the root chips that they're served with, but the cheeseburger pod for us was just, it was
dry.
A miss. It was very dry, even with the side of ranch that you can get. But I chose Satuli Canteen not for the cheeseburger pods, but for the customizable bowls that you can do.
Yeah, brilliant.
It's so brilliant. It's base, you can choose rice or noodles. They have chimichurri beef, they have chili garlic shrimp, they have wood grilled chicken, they have a variety of different things that you can combine in those. Lots of veggies, red cabbage, cucumbers, avocados, carrots, pickled daikon, watermelon radish. We love a good watermelon radish. But you can combine these in many different ways. They also have crispy fried tofu. It is so hard to get good crispy tofu in the parks. Anytime you find tofu, it's usually cooked soft, which I don't enjoy. So, anyway, if you are a tofu fan and you like it crispy like I do, this is where you can get it. They also have just brought back breakfast. We haven't been there to try the breakfast yet, but it looks absolutely incredible. They have a frittata and beef. It's vegetable goat cheese frittata with wood-fired beef tossed in chimichurri, and the beef is like on the side. It's hard to explain, but it looks absolutely incredible.
Definitely on I gotta try this list.
Yes, and they also have a cinnamon French toast with blueberry cream cheese, passion fruit anglaise, and it's served with a side of sausage. Like, it's just, the flavors sound absolutely incredible to me, so I am excited to get to go try breakfast there at some point. So that is definitely my choice for quick service.
Well, you get then to jump in and say what's your favorite snack, which could come from a quick service location. Let's see, what's your favorite snack? Or what would be your desert island snack?
My desert island snack is actually going to be from a lounge. And we are going to go, I don't usually choose sweet snacks over savory snacks. I love a good savory snack, and Animal Kingdom is full of them. However, for this one, I had to choose the churros from Nomad Lounge.
Good choice.
Nomad Lounge has the best churros. They are gluten-free if that is important to you. If it is not important to you, you cannot tell one iota that they are gluten-free. They are the absolute perfect churro. Disney World in general does not have good churros, much to my chagrin.
No excuse.
No excuse.
Disneylands are fantastic.
Yeah. I don't get it. But they are, they're delicious. They have a good sized portion of them. They come in a cute little tin. I mean, you don't take the tin home or anything.
No, but the presentation is very, very good.
Yeah, like you're not just getting a single churro is what I'm trying to say. And there's 2 dipping sauces. At one point it was a chocolate sauce and a creme anglaise. At one point it was a spicy strawberry. They change is what I'm trying to say. So I don't know what sauces you'll end up with at the time that you go. Definitely recommend getting a seat out at Nomad and getting those churros.
Well, my favorite snack, or my desert island snack, is the Dole Whip at Tamu Tamu.
Ooh.
It's the pineapple Dole Whip with coconut rum.
So
Parrot Bay. Oh, it's so good. You really can imagine yourself sitting on a desert island somewhere, just living off of this. Because after about, half of one, I tend to don't care where I'm at that point. It just makes me happy inside.
It really is. It's so good. Those flavors together. That's interesting that we both ended up with sweet snacks.
Yeah. All right. It is.
I'm just also I'm cheating, but I'm also going to throw in the barbecue mac and cheese, which you can get at both 8 Spoon Cafe, which is a walk-up truck, or Flame Tree Barbecue.
Oh, solid choice.
And again, could be a meal, could be a snack. If you're sharing, it is delicious all the way around. It's exactly what you think it is. Delicious mac and cheese with pulled pork and barbecue, and it is so good. One version has pickles and onion rings as well. So
yeah. Oh, yum.
Okay, moving on to our next category. I've lost track.
Non-alcoholic beverage.
Am I going first? No, you're going first.
I'm going first on this one. Mine is kind of going to be a generic one. My favorite non-alcoholic beverage is the flat white at Starbucks. And the reason I'm going with this is because when you order one, they make a donation to save the cotton top tamarin monkeys. Literally a flat white monkey. I just think it's really neat that Animal Kingdom is so into not only conservation, but donations as well.
I love
and
that.
I just really admire them for that. And I love a Starbucks flat white. I know that I could have gone with a number of different things around the park, but
that was a really good choice.
That one always catches my eye.
And Starbucks at Animal Kingdom is called Creature Comforts. So
correct. When
you're walking into the park, you'll see it there on your left, and that's what you'll see it labeled as.
Okay, what's your favorite, or what's your desert? I keep saying favorite, but what's your desert island?
I mean, it kind of breaks down the same way. Yeah. Because you're picking your favoritist.
Well, that's true.
The thing that I would take with me to my desert island for non-alcoholic beverage, I am going to go with the hibiscus henna, which is from Nomad Lounge. We love Nomad Lounge. We usually get an adult beverage, but if you're not in the mood, this is a good alternative. They have some great non-alcoholic mocktails.
Or zero-proof cocktails, I
there
think
you
they
go.
call them sometimes.
I love that. And this is one of those. So this is watermelon, hibiscus, and lime juice, and it's topped with soda water. So the difference between the mocktails here and at other places that you can get throughout Disney World is it actually feels like you're drinking a cocktail. It doesn't feel like you're drinking a slushie or something that was Sprite and a color. It's not like...
It's so true.
Which you get at a lot of... If you try to get a non-alcoholic beverage, like at a pool bar, you're going to end up with something Sprite-based. Nothing wrong with that, but this actually feels more vacation-y and more grown-up. It's not like it's made for children. So I love their mocktails here. This is my favorite one, and it's only $7.50, which I think is amazing.
Well, since we're sitting here at Nomad Lounge, what's your favorite alcoholic adult beverage?
I was going to take yours, but I'm going to leave you yours, and I'm going to take my own, because I do have two that I swap back and forth at this place. So like I've said, we love Nomad Lounge. It's literally not a trip to Animal Kingdom unless you end up out on the deck at Nomad Lounge. So I'm going to leave you yours, but I'm going to go with my backup, which is the Annapurna Zing. I can never say it right. Annapurna Zing. And this is Bombay Sapphire Gin, passion fruit puree, mint, simple syrup, and lime juice, and it's topped with ginger beer and a glowing lotus flower.
It's so pretty.
It is so pretty, and it is absolutely delicious. Gin is my go-to spirit for a cocktail. Bombay Sapphire Gin in particular is my favorite. And you throw in those tropical flavors of the passion fruit and the lime juice and the ginger beer, and it is a perfect afternoon cocktail.
Well, if you've been listening to us, you already know where I'm headed. We're still sitting at the Nomad Lounge, and I'm ordering the Night Monkey. I know we've mentioned this probably 3 or 4 times, but if you haven't heard about it, it's dark rum, guava puree, coffee simple syrup, lime juice, and a hint of cilantro. And that would normally throw me because I don't really like cilantro, but in this, it just works. It's the weirdest looking drink you've ever had, and really one of the tastiest. Definitely for the more bitter palate, I would say.
It's very herbaceous.
Of the coffee liqueur. Yeah, I love it. It's not for everybody, but it is my go-to drink.
And that guava puree really does add a natural sweetness to offset some of that bitterness from the coffee and the cilantro. It's such a good balance. It's a great drink.
I will throw this. I meant to mention this a second ago. Favorite non-alcoholic drink. I almost said Mr. Pibb because you can get it at Yak and Yeti since it's run by Landry's.
It is not something that you can get on park or on the resort wide. So that is true.
Yeah, I was going to throw that in, but anyway.
That's funny. And I almost said Pog. But you can get that in other places. But that's passion fruit, orange, and guava juice. It is delicious. Every once in a while you see it as pineapple, orange, and guava, which is also delicious, but primarily you'll find it as passion fruit.
Well, let's see it. We're up to souvenir, favorite souvenir or desert island souvenir. So if you're going to take one thing with you onto the desert island, is it my turn?
I believe it is.
It's my turn. I love these. You go over to Zawani Traders in Africa, which is right at the corner if you're looking at the entrance of Kilimanjaro Safaris. And they have little carved animals in here. And we've purchased several little bitty, like a little turtle. And we've got, I can't remember.
We got an elephant last time because we did the Caring for Giants tour. So we made sure we got an elephant last time. Yeah,
we've kind of started buying one each time we go. And it's kind of become my favorite souvenir from almost all of Disney World, but definitely from Animal Kingdom.
We're building a menagerie. And that was going to be mine.
Oh, I'm sorry.
They are so good. So
let's just jointly have that one because it is something that means something to both of us.
Yes, I'll go ahead and add a second one though, because right outside Zawani Traders, you can find the stand where they make the homemade jewelry.
Yes,
and it is folks doing traditional jewelry making. It is beautiful, and it's mostly done in leathers and stones, and it's just really neat. They can personalize it for you if they're out there making them while you're there. They have racks of them that they have made previously, of course, that you can just pick one that you like and go. But any of these things that are handmade from Africa, I just think are so special and so neat. The animals are the same way, where they are hand-carved, handmade. And I just love that.
Well, you get to go first on this one. If you were stuck here and it was a desert island, what would be your favorite live entertainment?
So I hate to trap all these people on the desert island with me, but sorry, cast of Festival of the Lion King, you are coming to the desert island with me because that show is phenomenal. If you haven't seen it, you really owe it to yourself to make time in your day to go see the show. It does fill up
very quickly,
often and very quickly. So if you want to do lightning lanes for those days, you can use a lightning lane for this, and I do recommend that. There's only a certain amount of shows during the day. They have limited hours during the day, so...
It's a large cast.
It is, and it's hard to get... It is hard to get into. It'll eat up a chunk of your day if you're going to stand in that line, but it is worth it. It is a beautiful show. Who doesn't love the music from The Lion King? I mean, it's some of the best Disney music ever. The performers are just incredible, full of life and love and talent just out the wazoo. Like, it is crazy how much talent these people have. So please, please, please do yourself a favor and go see Festival of the Lion King.
Well, speaking of talent, Seven used to be a gentleman that played one of the main characters from that show, is now a Dapper Dan. So, I mean, talk about talent.
Yeah.
Mine, I'm going to go across the park to Finding Nemo, the Big Blue and Beyond, which is between Asia and Dinoland. I like this one because, one, it's indoors, it's air conditioned, but I love Finding Nemo, and I think this is just a great representation on stage. A lot of puppets, a lot of large-scale costumes, really, really fun music. This is the first place that I think you were able to hear the song Big Blue World. It started here, well, and the attraction, of course, at Epcot. It's in both, yeah.
Yeah, and Finding Nemo, the movie, was not a musical. Finding Nemo, the musical, is a musical. So they've added music all the way through, and it works. It is so fun.
Well, and they recruited from Broadway for most of these people doing this show. So, well, both of those shows, really.
Yes.
So it's high class. It is Broadway style and amazing. If you get a chance, see both of those shows. And since we're on the same desert island, we're going to have them both. Yay!
Yay! And Finding Nemo, the musical, the music for that musical was written by the team, the husband and wife duo, whose names I can't come up with on the top of my head, who wrote the music for Frozen and Frozen 2.
Yeah.
So really, really great music.
Again, talent beyond description.
Yes.
Well, you get to start off the next one, the best place to relax, and I have a feeling I know where that's going to be.
We are going back to Nomad Lounge.
How did I know?
I know. There's actually several great places to relax in Animal Kingdom. It is one of the more relaxing parks, I think. Lots of foliage and trees and shade, and it's beautiful everywhere you look. But we go to Nomad Lounge.
Yeah.
So that's our favorite. If it's weather appropriate, always recommend sitting out on the deck next to the water. The river goes right by you. They used to have the
flotillas.
The flotillas that would go by with
I'm
characters.
still not convinced they're completely gone. I have a feeling they may be back.
I hope they come back, because it was pure magic to sit there with an adult beverage in your hand out in the, not AC, but the shade, and they do have the little fans out there next to the water, and then suddenly you see Rafiki go by, or you see Launchpad go by, or it's just so magical. So magical. So definitely recommend that. If you are not there on a day that is weather appropriate, the inside is also beautiful. They have lots of African decor. Service is fantastic whether you're in or out. Lots of secret menu items, lots of things that you can order off the Tiffin's menu, which it's connected to, and their own menu in its own right. So get some churros, get a night monkey, relax it up.
I'm loving it. I'm going to stay outside and go to the Otter Grotto.
Ooh, great choice.
It's not air conditioned, but it's below ground level, I guess you could say. So it's nice and cool, and you get to see the playful otters. We just happened to catch them one time when they literally had just come out of their enclosure and jumped into the water and played right in front of us. And it was really one of the more magical things that I've seen at Animal Kingdom. But it's a great little spot that a lot of people just walk right past. And it's just kind of a nice place to go in, and if you can, if it's not too busy, sit down and just relax for a little while.
That's a great choice. I love that. There's also, I'm just going to throw this in, there's a great path that goes all the way around the Tree of Life, again, down to the water, and fantastic place to get away from crowds. Nobody knows it's back there. So it's a great place to just go back and recharge.
Well, my favorite photo op, this is going to just be a simple photo in front of the Tree of Life with a Disney PhotoPass photographer, because it's going to end up in my app at the end of the day or the end of the trip. And Tree of Life is one of the more, it's of course the icon for the park, but it's one of the more beautiful icons. So I'm just going to stay simple and say Tree of Life.
I love that. That's not simple. That is perfect. That is such a perfect answer. I am going to go slightly askew on that one. And I'm also going to choose a PhotoPass location, though, and that is going to be on the bridge to Africa, where you can get a picture with Everest in the background.
Oh, good choice.
I love this spot. It's just wide open, beautiful skies normally because you're in Florida. And with Expedition Everest in the background, it just makes for a great photo op. If you have to choose one of those, go with Tree of Life every time. But get both.
Well, in our favorite character meet and greet, I already know what it is. It's going to be the same one for both of us.
Absolutely.
This is Chip and Dale in their dino costumes over in Dinoland, USA. And this is probably short-lived. Come the first of the year, they're going to be removing the rest of Dinoland and making way for the new Tropical Americas area. That includes Encanto and Indiana Jones. So while you can, and if I can take them onto my desert island, they're coming with Chip and Dale in their dino costumes. And I know that's yours too.
It was absolutely mine.
Yeah, I mean, there's no need to even go beyond that.
But no, there is.
Oh, do you have a backup?
I absolutely have a backup because it's the only place you could meet her, and this is Kevin.
Oh, of course.
She's not a traditional meet and greet because she doesn't have a location where she hangs out where you stand in line and go meet her. She just kind of walks around and you have to find her when she's walking. So she does have a character wrangler. What do they call those? Character attendant. Attendant.
Well, I think technically for Kevin, it probably is a wrangler.
Probably so.
If you're not familiar, Kevin is the large, very tall, colorful bird from the movie Up.
Yes, which I don't care for that movie, but I absolutely adore Kevin.
The best thing with Kevin, though, is when Kevin finds some music and starts to dance.
Oh my gosh. So stinking cute. So that is absolutely my favorite. And hopefully she's sticking around.
Well, folks, that is our desert island picks for Disney's Animal Kingdom. Let us know down in the comments what you think of our choices and what would you have chosen.
And which park should we do next? Should we hit Magic Kingdom next? Or should we go over to Hollywood Studios?
Or maybe Disneyland or California Adventure.
Ooh, yeah.
Those are coming up, too. We've got some sites on Oogie Boogie Bash this year, so...
Fingers crossed, y'all.
Yeah, we'll see if we can get tickets. Before we go, we'd like to give a big thank you to our theme music composer, Jason Patrick Rowan, whose music is licensed to Pond 5. And, of course, thank you, Phoenicians.
Thank you, Phoenicians. And don't forget to rate, review, like, share, and subscribe. It really does help other people find us. You can find us on social media, on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube, and wherever you listen to podcasts.
The Epcotian Adventure is a $1,000 brunch production and a proud gold member of D23. Thanks for joining us today for episode 110 of the Epcotian Adventure. I'm Rod.
And I'm Sue.
And we'll see you in line.
Bye.
Thank the Phoenicians.
We actually got their breakfast bacon and egg fried rice one time, and it was really good.
Yeah, and during lunch hours they have...
I'm sorry, take that out. That was at the airport, and it was Payway.
Oh.